You are tuned into the Green Hornet Case Files, a beacon of truth in a world shrouded in mystery. Unveiling the legacy and cultural significance of one of the greatest crime fighters of all time. Now, let the adventure begin. Here are your hosts, Kory and Greg.
Yikes. Episode 16 of the Green Hornet Case Files. Welcome back, everybody. I are Greg.
And I are V.
Really?
Remember the 5th of November.
Which is a little teaser. We are recording this day before it normally drops. And yeah, there you go. Unusual times. Unusual times. Yes. That's just fine. We, gosh, it just feels like it was yesterday when we recorded the last episode, and here we are again.
Time gets away from us. It really does. It happens real fast that we're like, oh, we got this in the bag and we're ready to go, and then, oh, it's time for the next one.
Yeah. And, I do another podcast, and there's two other ladies that join me on that podcast, and they're really good about making sure that I'm done with their recording session at least a week in advance. But we only do that once a month as opposed to, bi-monthly with this one. So there we go.
It's been a busy couple of weeks.
It has been. Personal wise, both of us, doing our things and getting where we need to be. And your son, his first band concert.
Yeah. Yep. And your grandson's one of his last.
Yeah, actually one of his last. And, which was really kind of interesting. I know this has nothing to do with Green Hornet, but, I also run a group of Ghostbuster people. We have a group here in Southeast Washington called the Columbia Basin Ghostbusters. And my grandson, who is a senior in high school, has been on board since day one. Their pep band, they've just finished doing their, I think that was the last pep football game too, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
And they were doing Ghostbusters as the Ghostbusters theme song as part of their pep band thing. And he would disappear behind a set piece and come out in his full garb with a proton pack on his back. And the crowd just absolutely loved it. So
yeah. So that was Cash's first game.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, playing in the band at the game.
Cool.
So he had a pretty good time with that. It was a lot, and then I ended up, he had his, but because my oldest boy is a freshman in high school, and
right.
The younger one is in 8th grade. So we had the concert on Thursday, the football game on Friday, and then another concert on Monday.
Oh boy. Yeah. It's that time. It's that time. Hey, before we get going into the thick of things here, happy birthday on this November 5th. To our buddy, Ron Fortier.
Happy birthday, Ron.
Yeah. Ron's having his 23rd birthday again today. Maybe it's 32nd. I don't know.
His 32nd, 23rd birthday.
Yeah, his 32nd, 23rd birthday. But, Ron was on the show first season, and we just had a great time with Ron. And it's so good to, call these guys friends these days.
Oh yeah, we've been very blessed that way.
Yeah, so big happy birthdays today to Ron. And if I could ever figure out the right way to pronounce, he didn't even tell us the right way to pronounce his name.
No,
he said
that
whatever.
was actually my favorite part of it because we were struggling with it.
Yeah,
with him there, and he
with
never
him there.
once said one way or another.
He says whatever.
Yeah.
That's fine. So. Yeah, big birthdays, big birthday greetings. Hopefully he's celebrating, tonight. The 5th of November.
Yep. Yeah. And we remembered.
And did you remember, Mr. V?
I've been telling people all day that they forgot.
Forgot. Well, if you'd have said that to me, you'd have been right. I would have. I would have forgot. Other piece of news that
Ooh.
I thought this is just absolutely kick-ass. And if you look at it, it really is. The United States Postal Service is honoring Bruce Lee next year, 2026, with a stamp.
I'm stoked. I think that's so cool.
That's so cool.
You sent it to me and you were like, see if there's anything of interest in here. And it's all the stamps that are being released next year. So I was like, what is he talking about? Like, I'm looking for something.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, there's Bruce.
There's Bruce. It's a great looking stamp. It's one of the forever stamps, and it's Bruce in his flying karate kick, flying Jeet Kune Do kick across a white and yellow background. It looks like a brushstroke background.
Which that silhouette of that kick has kind of become the unofficial logo.
Yeah.
Of the Lee camp.
I have a keychain that is that logo.
Yeah.
Of Bruce kicking, and he's kicking with the words. It says Bruce Lee and USA Forever, and he's kicking. It looks like it's busting it in half. And I can guarantee you, I'm buying 1 million.
Gotta get a couple of sheets. I have a few sheets that I've bought over the years. Most notably, I have a full sheet of the Johnny Cash ones they did.
The Johnny Cash, yeah.
Yeah.
I was a collector as a kid, and when my son got to be of a certain age, his grandfather, his great-grandfather, my wife's grandfather, took him and, filled out the books and did the whole thing with that.
Oh, cool.
And I now have all of those. And then we moved to Washington State back in the early 90s, our insurance agent happened to be a stamp, an avid stamp collector, and an older gentleman. And he found out that, our son enjoyed doing stamps. And so we would go out to his place, every once in a while. And so I've got stamps all over the place here.
That's awesome.
And I don't actively collect, but you see a Bruce Lee stamp. And
this is the one. It may kick off something inside you.
It may. I may just have to send you a letter a week, just to use the stamps
forever.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there you go. All right. So Bruce Lee. That's pretty good. It says the stamp artwork is by Cam Mack, and I don't know who that is. Features the painting of Lee executing his iconic flying kick. It's pretty cool. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. And that's the extent of the news that I have for this week.
It's not too bad. It's something positive. I'm into it.
It is. I have been exchanging a few emails with our dear friend Mary Kay Johnston about Green Hornet Incorporated, and she keeps doing things on her end, and we're doing things on our end. And I told her, I said, I'm going to be honest, I don't know how much longer we can continue, doing the show, just because, topics are not coming fast and furious. We've talked to a lot of the great people.
Yeah.
Not all of them. Some of them we can't get, to join us on the show. Speaking of Bruce Lee, getting his daughter to join the show it's been really, really difficult, and I don't know if we'll ever get that. But
yeah, we've been trying.
Yeah, yeah, and we'll send out another notice and see what happens. Yeah. And speaking of guests on the show, we tried to get. You texted me and said you wanted to do an episode on Moonstone Books.
Yeah.
And so I immediately reached out to Joe Gentile, who's the main publisher of Moonstone Books. And Joe's like, oh, man, I'd really like to do the show, but I work until, like 7, 8 o'clock at night. And he just didn't have any time. So I
Right.
told him, well, we're going to talk about your books regardless. So,
and here we are.
Yeah. I guess maybe the one saving grace, we like to pass on new news about what's happening with Green Hornet. And when you don't have really an awful lot to talk about, then you do what you can as far as news.
Right.
And the only real new thing that has, besides every once in a while, we'll get a comic book run like we did with the Miss Fury,
mm-hmm.
is we get Joe publishing books of short stories.
Yeah.
And I love it.
They've been phenomenal. And I haven't got to read as many of them as I'd like. Speaking of which, like there's the Green Hornet and Kolchak one that was an early one. Have you gotten to read that?
I have not gotten a chance to read through that. And there were just some of those kind of things that kept popping up, and it's like, oh man, we were discussing that, the mashups.
Yeah.
And who should do what, and throwing out the idea that, we should get Green Hornet to meet with the Phantom or the Rocketeer or whatever it is. The only way that's going to happen is through books.
Right now, yeah.
Quite honestly.
That's where it's at, yeah.
Yeah. I really don't know that it will happen anyplace else. And what a wonderful idea, to be able to take and throw those kind of characters together. I know I had a note from David Boop here a while back, an update, and I'm not finding it in my email right now, that was talking about the new book that is, I think what the note said was they're waiting for like one author to finish approving story or something to be able to go to press.
Yeah, it's funded and ready to go, right? They're just waiting on the
Yeah, it really and truly is, and that's exciting. I'm excited about the fact that there will be some more new things, and I haven't talked to Joe about whether there will be new kind of things or not. I don't know if you can hear the train in the background there. I live not too awful far from train tracks, and it's the 5:30 train, so
right.
That's late at 5:38. So, but that is another of the Moonstone books that we're really excited about seeing. And I wished I could find the, wait. I just as soon as I said that.
You found it.
I found it. Yeah. Greeting crime fighters. Good news. We're almost done with the ARCs. That's the advanced reader copies. We only have one more author we're waiting on to approve their story. Then it's off to the printers. After that, we'll be able to give you an almost exact time frame of when the books should arrive to you. Now, that is the Green Hornet and Cato Detroit Noir City.
Which we did a full episode on. I'm very excited.
Yeah, we did a full episode on that. So I'm excited. I'm very excited about, seeing how this whole thing comes around. And speaking of, the Moonstone books, if you haven't gone out to your favorite online supplier, you can't pick them up in store, I don't believe, unless you order them through stores. But there are so many good Moonstone book, Green Hornet. In fact, we were joking about the fact that the name of our show is Green Hornet Case Files, as you all know.
And there is a Green Hornet Case Files Moonstone book.
Yes, there is. As well as we had Jim Beard on the show talking about his Moonstone, How Sweet the Sting. And, what a good story. What a good story.
It's a great one.
Did you know they did a Captain Action Green Hornet?
No, I didn't. I'm just recently saw it for the first time. I was like, oh, I bet that's going to be great.
Captain Action. Yeah, that's so exciting. There's also the Green Hornet Chronicles. There's the Green Hornet Still at Large. There's as we mentioned, the Green Hornet Case Files. Now, these are collections of short stories from authors like Win Scott Eckert. I keep trying to, we're going to get him on the show at some point in time. David Boop has got some stories in there. Will Murray has got stories. Bobby Nash, John Allen Small, Patricia Weekly. We need to get, Patricia on the show. Ron has some, bits and pieces in some of those.
In those, yeah.
And, the thing I like, in fact, I think, I'm not 100% sure about this, but I think Harlan Ellison did a short story.
Oh, really?
At some point. Now, I don't know in which book that is. I need to do a little more sussing out and finding out. But, I mean, there's a name I've heard a time or two.
Maybe.
Yeah. That's a big name.
The one that sticks out to me, the one I want to check out the most is the Green Hornet Still at Large. Have you checked into that one at all?
I have since I bump into the microphone here, I have a number of these on my iPad. I bought two or three of these. And they are just so sweet to be able to sit and read through. I believe I have Chronicles and Case Files. I don't know that I have Still at Large.
So I don't know, that one just kind of caught my eye because it's them taking on the Yellow Jacket. And I'm like, that's going to be cool.
That is. And this is where it gets exciting, folks, is we talk about the fact that until the later years, the Green Hornet didn't have a particular baddie. We didn't have the Joker. We didn't have,
a rogues gallery.
Yeah, we didn't really have a rogues gallery. We had one guy that made appearances and reappearances. But when it comes to doing books, there's a number of situations where, one of the Green Hornet's girlfriends winds up being a bad girl.
Right?
Yeah. How cool is that?
It's a great concept. Concept.
And, there's these wonderful stories where you get these recurring characters. And it's just up to the imagination of whoever's writing these stories.
So, speaking of, and going back to a topic we've talked about, we've already mentioned it once, as we talk about the crossovers, right?
Yeah.
And I thought of one that I was kind of mind blown that we didn't think of before.
Okay, blow my mind.
The Green Hornet being chased by Dick Tracy.
That's really funny because I had this conversation at my job the other day with yeah. And it was like, what a great mashup that would have been.
Right? Just heavy gangster, like.
You talk about Yellow Jacket.
Yellow Jacket versus a Green Jacket and Tommy guns galore, and it would be amazing.
It would. It really and truly would.
I cannot believe that we didn't have that. We didn't think of that at the time we were doing that episode.
No kidding. Now, and I can't for 100% say for certain that one of these authors hasn't written a short story regarding, because I haven't read all of them yet.
Right.
But if any of you guys and gals are listening, ding, ding, ding.
Right. Please. Please.
Because I don't have time to write it, and I've got so many other things that I'm working on at the moment.
But yet another commission that we could do,
yeah,
for some stellar art.
Yeah, we know a couple of artists that
Go back a couple episodes.
Yeah. Just back up a little bit, back up the bus here. What a great piece of artwork. I'm going to have to reach out to him. You know that, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
I may have to do it
while I'm up on purpose.
Yeah, I may have to do it while we're sitting here doing the podcast. What would you think about doing?
Right?
So, yeah. Joe put together what were called double shots, Moonstone Books double shots. And that's where you get some of the Kolchak stuff. And just incredible ideas to it. And here's the other thing. You don't have to worry about the production budget.
Yeah,
when you write a story.
Tell the story, right?
Just tell the story.
So we had you had a couple of them sent to you, and I just finished the double shot with the Phantom Detective.
Oh yeah,
and not a character I knew anything about before reading it, and these double shots are great for introducing you to other pulpy characters that you might not be super familiar with.
Yeah. Was that in Jim's How Sweet the Sting, and the other was the Phantom?
It was Jim's story, but it wasn't How Sweet the Sting. It was the other one.
Right. Yeah, and I don't remember who. I'll have to look it up.
It's Richard Scanlon.
Oh, right.
The Phantom Detective.
What a fun story. I mean,
yeah. It was pretty awesome.
I was having some conversation. This is kind of sort of tangential at this point. A lot of you maybe have figured out that I do a lot of voice work, and I've done some audiobooks before, and obviously we've done the podcast or the radio show, the Green Hornet radio show. And I was having some conversation with Joe at one point in time about doing audio versions of some of his books and characters. And I think it was Miss Fury that came. Was it Miss Fury? I'm having to bring up my Moonstone Books. Domino Lady. That's it. It's not Miss Fury. Domino Lady. And actually, we recorded a little sample for Joe.
When did you do that? I didn't know that.
It's been a while. My wife and I threw it together real quick, and Joe loves the idea. We just have to figure out how to, put things together and move forward. So, and it would not be a full blown production. It would be. A couple of voices doing characters and throw in, some minor sound effects and those kind of things, kind of like an enhanced audio book,
right? Sort of
thing. So it's not dead yet. We don't know. And I'm sitting here looking at their website, Double Shot with the Green Hornet and Secret Agent X. That sounds really cool. Really, really cool. What else? The double shot, the one you were talking about, with the Phantom Detective.
Yeah.
So cool to be able to put these things together. You and I are both writers, and
right.
Does our brain go that way?
Obviously. I mean, it's the thing is like you were saying, bringing it out this is where it lives right now. Like, this is how we keep it live right now.
Yeah.
And they've all been super cool. The ones that I've gotten to dig into, and I want to do more. So, but so if honestly, and it's not just Hornet, like they have Lone Ranger ones. They have Kolchak ones. They've got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. And, those of us that and it's most of us, we've listened to the radio shows, ad infinitum. We've watched the television show. How many times, we can mouth the the text,
the intro,
everything, it's right here. He's going to say this. And those of us that, try to watch the movie. Well, next question, please. But here is it's fresh meat, people. That's
right?
Coming from a vegan, right? That's fresh meat here, people. And, Green Hornet and Kolchak, that one just blows me away.
They're all really fantastic. And that's why we were really trying to get Joe lined up, because we wanted some insight behind the scenes. But if you haven't been over to Moonstone, I mean, really, it's kind of a paradise for this genre.
Yeah. David Boop and Nancy Holder, and I've talked to Nancy as well about some of her writing stuff, and there's a kind of a double shot with Green Hornet and Domino Patrick, who is a character, the daughter of Domino Lady.
Oh,
and,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, the sky's the limit. Sky's the limit with this kind of stuff. So if you haven't had a chance to go to Moonstone, go to moonstonebooks.com. Joe, I hope the check's in the mail. And there's just such great stories. There's one, I can't remember what collection it's in, but basically the Hornet is out of it. The Hornet he's been injured something, and it's a Cato story.
Oh, yeah, nice.
It is fabulous. It's like, yeah, Cato is fully capable of handling himself.
There's also it's not just books. There's a fair amount of merch on Moonstone to check out. There's a pretty great Cato and Green Hornet mouse pad.
Oh, and I believe is that the artwork that is done by Ruben Procopio?
Correct.
Yeah. And Ruben, a little tie here. Where Kory and I are at is Southeast Washington. We're not far from Walla Walla, Washington. About
the Wishy-Washy Washing Machine Company in Walla Walla, Washington.
There you go. About 45 minute, trip down the Highway 12, I guess. And Adam West was originally from Walla Walla, Washington. Every year they do an Adam West Day, and they're trying to get a statue built of Adam, and Ruben is the one who designed the statue.
Oh, that's kind of a cool tie-in. I didn't realize that.
It is a really cool tie-in, and I had the model of the demo model here at the house for a while. We were doing some things with them, and it's just very, very cool. It looks like Adam, and they're in the process of just trying to raise funds for it. So if you guys and gals out there are interested in helping make an Adam West statue come alive in Walla Walla, Washington, reach out. Podcast at greenhornet66.com. Thank you very much. And there are days like this. I just got off work a little bit ago. So did you. And
right.
my mind is like,
it's a little pudding right now.
It is.
It really is.
It really is. But if you have an interest in maybe, you got an extra, grand sitting there in your pocket and you're thinking, oh, Adam West, that'd be cool. Let me know, and I'll put you in touch with the right folks.
And those right folks are Ko-Fi / Green Hornet Case Files.
Yeah, we'll take your money too.
Right. In that sweet of us.
Is it just so you're always there for me? Thank you.
I do what I can, man. I do what I can.
I appreciate that. Yeah. ko-fi.com / Green Hornet Case Files.
Help us get the Dick Tracy Green Hornet crossover made.
Oh, I like that. I like that. We're gonna have to send out. Yeah, I'm gonna be emailing somebody here just shortly. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, go back a couple episodes and you'll figure it out. Yeah, Moonstone Books, moonstonebooks.com. Go out there and check that out. And these are really luscious books that they put out. There are some that are hardcover. They have softcover books, and I've purchased, again, a good chunk of them online. So I have them on my iPad.
The digital copies are all pretty sweet and really, really inexpensive. Like, if you just want to dive in, like, it's super economical.
Yeah, you can go to the Zon of the Emma and pick up, some of those on there. And I was just going to do a kind of quick look here and see if it comes up as to, nope, it doesn't come up that way. Let me do a little
And we're gonna get sued.
yeah, don't do that. If you're doing Kindle kind of stuff and you have Kindle Unlimited, a lot of them are like freebie kind of things. You can jump in for, like, on Kindle, the Green Hornet Chronicles is $5.99. That's cheap. $4.99 for Green Hornet Still at Large. That, obviously, I purchased that one, so I do have Still at Large.
Yep.
And just jump into it. Just jump into it. It's some really, really good stuff. Wow.
Yeah, right.
I got to tell you, I got to tell everybody a quick story. And this has absolutely nothing to do with the Green Hornet or anything. It's something that hit me really, really funny yesterday. And I work at a local movie theater in my, my elder years here. And I do it because it's fun to keep my brain active, and it's fun because I get free movie tickets. Wife and I and family can go, do whatever.
He never invites his friends.
He never invites his friends. Yeah, never. That's right. Yeah, I have no friends. That's that was kind of nasty, wasn't it?
I see how that is.
Yeah,
okay.
Stab right there. I stab at thee. Yesterday afternoon, we were doing our late afternoon kind of thing. It was almost quitting time, and a young man and his daughter, probably 8-9 years old, came in. And the little one was carrying a blanket, and in carrying the blanket in kind of an odd fashion. And we are kind of trained to see these kind of things.
Yeah.
And it was not I that was at the register. It was one of our other managers that we have. I'm not a manager. I'm a supervisor, but I'm not a manager.
Right.
So the first thing we always do when we see people come in with that is we ask them to shake out their blanket, because we know what's probably happening. And this young guy sort of gingerly took him a minute to get a hold of the blanket in a proper manner and sort of lightly shook it. And in the meantime, I'd moved around to the other side of the concession line there.
Yeah.
And I could see him holding the bag up underneath. And now this happens fairly frequently, once or twice a week. We'll get somebody trying to sneak in some, jelly beans or, something, some snacky kind of thing. And this was a complete brand new one. My manager gal finally said, "No, I'm sorry, sir. You have to, I can tell that there's something." And she's like sniffing. And I walked kind of up behind him and I said, "No, sir, you really need to take out the bag that you have under the blanket." And he kind of one-eyed me and pulled out an entire Walmart rotisserie chicken.
That's a new one. That's the new one.
Never know, you know. So, again, absolutely nothing to do with the Green Hornet, but I just had to give you guys a little bit of a laugh because that is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
So it's funny because I took Snow to a movie at your theater on Saturday, and she's a fan of a show called K-pop Demon Hunter.
There you go. Yeah. It's all anime kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's a musical, and I hadn't seen it. She was a big fan of it, and so I asked her if she wanted to see the theatrical release of it. So we went, and we went into the theater, and I saw so many people bringing in blankets.
Yes.
And I was like, when did this happen?
You know, it's the funniest thing because it is a thing. People bring blankets so that they can snuggle in. And we happen to have a nicer theater. We have big, nice, reclining theater seats. I mean, like you have in your living room kind of thing. You know, electrical reclining seats. And people snuggle in, and there's their love seat kind of thing so that you can...
they come in pairs of twos, and you can put the armrest up so you can get in.
Exactly.
It's awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's this thing. And the other thing is people bring water bottles. Now,
that was the other thing that I was going to bring up and ask, was because I saw so many Stanley cups.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, we have to ask, a lot of times we can, if we so choose, to ask them to pop the lid up so we can sniff.
Yeah. You got to make sure it's not vodka or something. Yeah. I'm
not a huge fan of doing that, but you know, it's because we make our money obviously off of selling concessions, and you know, you can't just let everybody bring in every, you know, rotisserie chicken.
Well, I mean, normally when I go to a movie, I haven't been going to new release stuff. I go to a lot of you know, like you guys had Back to the Future recently. You know,
still in the theaters through tomorrow, I think.
There was Alien and
Jaws.
And Jaws.
We just had Jaws. Yeah.
Yeah, and all those are what I've been going to. And typically the people that come out are people my age or older that have, you know, seen those films 1,000 times, and we just want to watch it on the big screen.
Yeah.
And it's not that crowd. So when I walked in, I was like, what is happening? What is with all these people just having campouts in here? What is that?
It's kind of what it is. Maybe they do. I don't know.
I'm not being curmudgeonly. I just was interested. And so I thought, since we're talking about it, I'd bring it up.
Just a new thing. But I can guarantee you, if we ever show the Green Hornet movie, I probably won't show up. Okay.
I was just saying, no, I don't think this is. I don't think we're in any danger. To be honest with you,
I don't think so. It's not what I would consider a classic. All right.
It would be really neat to do a showing of the 40s shorts, though.
You know, I miss those days. I miss those days of having that, you know, little 15-minute cliffhanger, you know, before a film. And I wish some theater, you know, mine probably won't do that sort of thing because they just probably won't. That would be so fun. So fun to be able to see those on the big screen.
See, now that would be kind of a cool, like, festival, like a film festival.
Yeah.
To do a bunch of, like, pairings. Like, I know they used to do that in big cities where we're not from a big city. But, I mean, like, they used to do those things where they'd pair an opening short, a cartoon, an old newsreel, and a film, like, from a certain era.
Yeah.
And run it all together.
Like a Casablanca or something. And,
yeah. And I just think those would be cool for, like, a film festival, like a 3 or 4 day, you know, run. That'd be really cool. Maybe we know some people. We should talk to them.
We know some people. Yeah, we definitely do. So if you're interested, we digress just a little bit here, and that's okay. So if you're...
That guy left, man. The guy that complained about it left.
Hey, he left the chicken on the counter and we put it in the refrigerator and told him he could pick it up on his way out.
Is that the end of that story?
That's the end of that story, okay?
You were like, I'm a vegan. You're in no danger of me eating it.
Yeah, I'm not touching it. I just won't go there. Check out Joe Gentile's Moonstone Books. Go to the website moonstonebooks.com if that's the correct. I want to make sure, Joe, I'm giving you the best of the best here. Yeah, moonstonebooks.com. And if you're having that withdrawal and really needing a great read, be sure and check out, Moonstone, Green Hornet Chronicles, Green Hornet Still at Large, How Sweet the Sting, our friend Jim Beard, Case Files, and some of the double shots.
And for those of you dorks out there like me, they have a Buckaroo Bonsai book. Like, I know it's not Hornet, but check that out.
And you just called our listeners, yeah.
No, hey, one of us.
Guy.
One of us.
One of us. One of us. There you go. All right. Podcast at greenhornet66.com. Please don't rip us too bad this time.
I know this one's been a little bit of a struggle, and we apologize.
Yeah. Well, we wanted Joe on the show, and we'll get him one of these days. We'll get him. His schedule and our schedule, like so many of the others, we just can't seem to get them together that we want to do that. But yeah, go check out Moonstone and coffee. ko-fi.com if you want us to stop, give us lots of money.
/ Green Hornet Case Files.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't think we're approaching this the right way.
Is that how that works? I don't know. Maybe that's not the right.
Pay us to go away.
Hey, yeah. I'll get out the checkbook here pretty quick.
Well, on that note, my good man.
On that note, my friend, it has been a fun time. I appreciate you and all the listeners out there. And,
if you made it this far, I'm proud of you on this one.
I am very proud of you on this one.
So thank you very
much.
With
With that, our friends,
let's roll.
As the night envelops the city once more, our journey through the hidden alleys of history and valor comes to a close. You've been riding shotgun with the Green Hornet Case Files, where the echoes of the past meet the voices of the present. Tune in again for the next thrilling adventure, where shadows speak, secrets unfold, and the legacy of the Green Hornet continues to inspire. The Green Hornet Case Files is a Grail Productions podcast. The Green Hornet is owned exclusively by Green Hornet, Inc. Until next time, vigilant listeners, keep your wits sharp and your spirit unbreakable.